It wasn't an algorithm. You need to understand that first. The images and sounds you were shown, the cryptic numbers that appeared in your recommendations, that was a signal, a tuning fork resonating with something already inside of you. You were chosen because you are one of the few who senses that the reality we see is just a fraction of the whole story, a beautiful, hypnotic, but fragmented echo. For months, you've been collecting those echoes, feeling their power without understanding the source. Consider this video the first translation of that source. This is not another theory or a guess. This is the blueprint, the very architecture of the philosophy you've been subconsciously drawn to. What you are about to see is the key that elevates you from a mere spectator of the mystery to an active participant in its unfolding. The puzzle pieces are in your hands. Now, let's begin to assemble them. There is an invisible geometry that sustains the soul, a subtle web of proportions and rhythms that vibrates in the silence of the unconscious. Perhaps you don't notice it, but you are always immersed in a numerical structure that shapes the way you feel, think, and perceive time. Numbers, in this sense, aren't just for counting things. They are keys, ancient symbols, even primal forces that secretly weave the fabric of your reality, like hidden veins giving form to what would otherwise be chaos. Have you ever wondered why certain numbers seem to show up in your life over and over, like echoes of a language you can't quite decipher? Why does 3 feel so fundamental to how we structure ideas? 4 seem to build the solid world around us, and 7 always hint at something mysterious and just out of reach. You could brush it off as coincidence, a simple trick of the mind. But what if the mind itself is built on these very patterns? What if you're operating on a kind of numerical grammar, a deep-seated code that directs the very essence of your being? Jung spoke of archetypes, timeless blueprints of our collective unconscious that surface as images, symbols, and powerful feelings. But these archetypes aren't just fleeting figures. They possess a definite structure and order, and that order is numerical. Each number is a code that activates a unique resonance in your psyche, an invisible architecture that designs your emotional world. 3. The primordial rhythm, unity, duality, synthesis, the triad of being, the triangle sustaining every construction in human imagination. You find it in myths, religions, fairy tales, even in the cycles of time, past, present, future. A number that is not merely a sign, but a process, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, rhythmically marking your existence without you realizing it. 4. The foundation of the world. The 4 directions, the 4 elements, the 4 seasons. The square that encloses, stabilizes, frames your existence within reassuring structures. But 4 is not just stability. It is also a trap, the enclosure that prevents transcendence. You feel safe within its geometry, yet something within you stirs, longing to break the angles, to shatter the cage. And then there's 7. 7. The bridge between the world we see and the one we don't. The 7 days of creation, the 7 chakras, the 7 notes in a musical scale. It's a number that signifies passage, mystery, the crossing of a threshold. Every time you encounter a 7, something inside you shifts, as if time itself stretches and the old rules no longer apply. 7 calls to you, challenging you to look beyond the illusion of a stable world. We like to think of time as a straight line, but what if that's our greatest illusion? Perhaps time is a fabric woven with numbers. 3 gives it rhythm, 4 organizes it, and 7 dissolves it. You believe you're moving forward, but in reality, you may just be dancing on a numerical blueprint that tricks you into thinking you're advancing when you're simply repeating its patterns, rhythms, and cycles. Ever had a powerful sense of déjà vu, that uncanny feeling you've lived a moment before? The common explanation is a memory glitch, but a more daring idea is that time is a numerical game, a fractal folding back on itself, constantly returning you to the same crucial crossroads. And you? Are you sure you are the traveler, or are you the path itself? Each number has an emotional echo, a psychic vibration that flows through you without your awareness. Have you ever wondered why certain dates, certain sums, certain phone numbers seem to evoke something inexplicable within you? It is not superstition, it is resonance. Your unconscious recognizes these patterns before you are even aware of them. Some feel inexplicably drawn to 3, to its sense of dynamism and creation. Others cling to 4 for its solidity, for the illusion of stable order. Some chase 7, seeking answers in its enigmas. And you? Which number is calling you? You have no choice. Numbers are already within you. They guide you, shape you, trace your path before you even decide to walk it. So perhaps the right question isn't whether you can escape this architecture, but whether you can learn to read its blueprints. Because in the end, dear traveler of the unseen, you don't possess numbers, they possess you. See you in the next episode.